In homes across the globe, a familiar creature has made its presence known. The domestic cat, a marvel of adaptation, has woven itself into the very fabric of human life. We see them curled up on our favorite armchairs, their soft bodies rising and falling in a gentle rhythmic sleep. They are a source of immense comfort, a furry companion in a world that can often feel quite demanding. The simple act of stroking their fur, feeling the deep, resonant purr vibrate through their small frames is a calming ritual for many. This creature, so perfectly suited to our homes, seems to have been designed for companionship, offering quiet affection and a gentle presence. Their days are often punctuated by moments of delightful playfulness. A crumpled piece of paper, a stray sunbeam dancing on the wall, or a simple length of string can become the focus of their complete attention. They will crouch low, their bodies tense with anticipation, before launching into an acrobatic leap. This is the cat we know and love, the entertainer who can turn a mundane afternoon into a small spectacle of joy and energy. It is this endearing, almost kitten-like behavior that solidifies their place in our hearts. They remind us of the simple pleasures, the uncomplicated joy of the present moment, a skill we humans often forget as we navigate our complex lives. The bond between a cat and its human is a unique and often profound relationship. It is built not on grand gestures, but on a series of small shared moments. The gentle headbutt against a leg, the soft meow that greets you at the door, the quiet decision to settle on your lap for an evening of television. These are the subtle ways they communicate their trust and affection. They do not offer the boisterous loyalty of a dog, but something quieter, more considered. It is a partnership based on mutual respect and an unspoken understanding, a silent agreement to share a space in a life. For many, the cat is the quintessential pet. They are independent enough to manage their own affairs for much of the day, yet they provide a consistent and comforting presence when we return. Their cleanliness is remarkable, their grooming meticulous. They move through our homes with a quiet grace, their paws making barely a sound on the floorboards. They are a living, breathing piece of art and a steadfast friend, a perfect blend of wild ancestry and domesticated charm. This is the cat we invite into our lives, the warm and cuddly creature we think we know so well. Yet, as we observe our feline companions more closely, we begin to notice behaviors that are, shall we say, a little peculiar. There is a certain charm to their eccentricities, of course. Consider the way a cat will stare intently at a blank wall, its head cocked to one side as if listening to a conversation we cannot hear. They might suddenly dart from a room for no apparent reason, their eyes wide with some unseen urgency. These moments are often dismissed as simple quirks, the charmingly odd habits of a beloved pet. We chuckle at their strange antics, attributing them to a playful imagination. Their rituals are another source of fascination. Many cats have a peculiar insistence on drinking water from a dripping tap rather than their fresh bowl, or an obsession with sleeping in a specific cardboard box, ignoring the expensive plush bed provided for them. They will knead their paws on a soft blanket, a behavior that harks back to their infancy, a comforting motion that seems to transport them to another time. These routines are deeply ingrained, and any disruption to them can be met with a look of distinct disapproval. It is as if they are operating according to a set of rules that only they understand. Then, there is their gaze. A cat's stare is unlike any other. They can sit perfectly still for long periods, their unblinking eyes fixed upon you. It is not an aggressive stare, but a deeply analytical one. In those moments, one gets the distinct impression of being studied, of being carefully assessed. They seem to be looking right through you, peering into a place you cannot hide. What are they thinking as they watch us go about our daily lives? Are they merely observing our movements? Or are they perceiving something more, something about our intentions or our emotions that we ourselves are not even aware of? This silent observation is a constant. They watch us prepare our meals, they watch us read our books, and they watch us while we sleep. They are the silent witnesses to our lives, the keepers of our domestic secrets. Their presence is so constant that we often forget they are there, a furry shadow in the periphery of our vision. But they are always watching, their ears swiveling to catch the quietest sound, their eyes taking in every detail. This charming habit, this constant quiet scrutiny is perhaps the first clue that there is more to our feline friends than meets the eye. As daylight fades and the world is cast in shades of grey and black, a different side of the domestic cat begins to emerge. This is when their true nature, the ancient predator that lies dormant within, stirs. Their eyes, so familiar in the light, now transform. The pupils widen to become vast, dark pools, capable of gathering the faintest trace of light. When caught in a beam of a torch, they flash back with an eerie, greenish-gold luminescence. This is the gaze of a nocturnal hunter, an animal perfectly equipped for a world of shadows. A world that we humans find unsettling and alien. Their movements also change. The playful pounce we see in the living room is refined into something far more serious. They move with an almost supernatural stealth, their padded feet making absolutely no sound as they patrol their territory. They can stalk through the long grass of a garden with the patience of a creature far larger and wilder. Every muscle is controlled, every step deliberate. This is not a game anymore. This is the expression of an instinct that has been honed over thousands of years. An instinct to hunt, to track, and to kill, which no amount of domestic comfort has managed to erase. And then comes the unsettling proof of their secret life. The gifts, a small deceased mouse or a little bird, left carefully on the doormat, or even more disturbingly, on our pillow. For the cat, this is likely an offering, a sign that they are providing for the family, sharing the spoils of their hunt. But for us, it is a stark and chilling reminder of what they are. It shatters the illusion of the cuddly, harmless pet and reveals the efficient, ruthless predator beneath. This small, furry creature that sleeps on our bed is a master of the hunt, a killer that operates silently under the cover of darkness. This duality is at the heart of the cat's nature. They are both a part of our world and apart from it. They walk the line between the warmth and safety of our homes and the cold, brutal reality of the natural world. They can be purring on our laps one moment and in the next be engaged in a life or death struggle in the garden. We provide them with food and shelter, but we cannot tame the ancient spirit that drives them. It is always there, just beneath the surface, waiting for the sun to set and the shadows to lengthen. This mysterious duality has not gone unnoticed by humanity. Throughout history and across cultures, cats have been viewed with a mixture of reverence and suspicion. In ancient Egypt, they were revered as divine beings, associated with gods and goddesses and protected by law. The goddess Bastet, often depicted with the head of a cat, was a protector of the home and a symbol of fertility and grace. To harm a cat was a grave crime, a testament to the creature's sacred status. They were seen as conduits to a divine world, creatures of immense power and spiritual significance. However, this reverence gave way to fear in other times and places. During the Middle Ages in Europe, the cat's nocturnal habits and silent, watchful nature led to associations with witchcraft and dark forces. Their glowing eyes were seen as portals for demons, and they were believed to be the familiars of witches, companions in dark rituals. The black cat, in particular, became a symbol of bad luck and malevolence. This dramatic shift shows how the cat's inscrutable nature can be interpreted as either divine or demonic, depending on the beliefs of the observer. They occupy a space in our imagination that is both hallowed and haunted. These legends and myths all speak to a single underlying truth. We do not fully understand them. We can study their biology, analyze their behavior, and chart their genetics. But we cannot seem to grasp the essence of what they are. Their independence feels like an ancient wisdom, their silence like a guarded secret. Do they remember a time when they were worshipped as gods? Do they carry within them the echoes of a wilder, more magical world? When they stare into the distance, are they merely looking at a wall, or are they gazing into a realm that is invisible to our limited senses? And so, as I sit here this evening on this 4th of July 2025, my own cat sits on the windowsill, looking out into the twilight. Her silhouette is a familiar comfort, yet tonight it feels different. Her stillness is absolute, her focus intense. She is not just looking at the garden, she seems to be listening to the whispers of the dying day. One cannot help but wonder what secrets she holds. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not what they do when we are not looking, but what they know. Perhaps all this time we have not been their masters at all, but merely their chosen keepers, their slightly witless temporary companions in a story that is far older and stranger than we can possibly imagine. Scene opens on a black screen. Large white text appears. The end. Gap 1's comedic falling sound effect. Suddenly the text and screen seem to fall downwards with a comedic sound effect. Out of nowhere, a cartoonish cat pops up, its fur slightly ruffled with oversized eyes and a mischievous grin. Narrator shifting to a playful British accent. "Oh blimey, what just happened? Hold on!" The cartoon cat scrambles around, pushing the video frame back into place with exaggerated effort. Once the screen is upright, the cat dusts off its paws, stands tall, and faces the viewer. "There we go, much better, cheerio!" The cat gives a playful wink, its tail flicking with satisfaction. The screen fades to black as the whimsical music trails off.